of all ages. Welcome to the Socially Unacceptable But Sober podcast. My name is Dino. I am an alcoholic.
I'm Jonathan. I'm an alcoholic.
Mad alcoholic.
What's up, guys?
Hey, brother.
How you doing, buddy?
How was everybody's week?
It was good. How was yours? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's all right. Let me interrupt real quick. Anyway. I have a feeling that's going to happen a lot tonight.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys,
Rickrolled.
like,
What's that?
love, share, subscribe. Jonathan, let them know how they do that.
I'll take it away from here. I became prepared, as Matt suggested last time. Instagram, Subs Podcast 1. YouTube, at Subs Podcast. TikTok, Subs dot podcast 1. And as always, on the screen is subspodcast1 at gmail.com for your comments and critiques and feedbacks.
Beautiful. That's awesome. Again,
Yeah, it is awesome.
like, love, subscribe, and share it. Share it, share it, share it. The message got to get out there.
And I wanted to hit, I'm sorry to audible this.
You're interrupting me?
Yeah. Again, the comments. I mean, we got some good comments.
Yes, let's
here.
hear 'em,
Let's without
Shout
a
outs to a couple of comments for sure.
Shout out. So, Mpino says, great words, great work. Thank you, Mpino. Skater Girl 88. As someone who is at a point in their life who had tried hard daily to keep myself from falling back into that mentality. Winning. So many good points we're talking about.
That is?
No.
Love what you guys are doing.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Scott
That's
Garrett.
my girl, man.
Scott Garrett up in this piece saying, hey guys, I had no idea anything like this was out there,
Scotty G.
but I'm so glad to have stumbled on it. Matt, my friend, I was so surprised to see you sitting there while I was scrolling through. I thought you were still in jail.
I thought you were dead.
Fucked up.
I ad-libbed that.
I know you did.
So glad I did. Great work and super message. Things happen for a reason. I needed to hear what you guys were talking about. Thank you.
Thanks, Scotty.
Thank you.
Thank you. Exactly. Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys, for your comments. We really appreciate
I'm
them.
not done.
done.
I'm not fucking done.
Fall back.
Shit. Sorry to interrupt.
Another one, user FH whatever. Almost every time I'm struggling to live in the solution, it's because victimhood is keeping in the problem. Keep spreading the word. All right, and then Mike Pavlone, freaking awesome. James Allen, finally got a chance to watch. Thank you. My mom said, please don't play that song again. She was referring to the Golden Girls.
Oh.
It's a fantastic song. I don't know what
If
you're
we don't
talking
play
about.
it, we have to sing it.
I know.
Which one would you like? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Which one would you rather?
Yeah,
have?
we'll take it.
Right.
We'll play it. I'll slip it in there at some point.
I heard that about
Cool,
you.
man.
That's it? Any more?
That's it.
Come on.
Now we are finito. Now
Love, like, subscribe, share. We really appreciate your comments. Thank you, everybody. Mikal Pavone.
Yeah.
My man.
And pillow
with a
hands.
plan.
What is it? Kitty?
Pillow hands.
Is that what you guys call them?
I call
Or
them pillow
mittens.
No.
So this week last week we talked about victimhood, and now Dino, you will grace us, and I also Dino will grace us with his topic of the night, and also I want to just make a recognition here that we have a big drinking holiday coming up this
What's
weekend.
that? Saturday? Tomorrow? Tonight?
A day that ends in Y. St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
St. Patty's
Aaron
Day.
Gobrales.
Yeah. So Dino, take us out
So,
here.
all right.
In.
So, I wasn't prepared for it. And anytime that I am not prepared for a topic and somebody asks me to do a topic, I always go to the number one, Powerless. And what it means to me, right? Because this is what was always been asked me years upon years. What does powerless mean to you? And I'm like, I can't get high every time. Little did I know I was telling the truth. I just didn't know how close to the truth I was. Powerless, July 8th, 2013, the day before my sobriety day, is when I realized that I am an alcoholic and I am a drug addict. Blew me out of the water. 30 years, over 30 years of doing this, in and out of programs, in and out of jails, in and out, IOPs, sober houses, this, that, and the other thing, always ended up picking back up. Because I always had that thought that the next time I know more, that I'm just gonna do it a little different this time. Now this time I'm just gonna smoke some pot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I won't touch any of the other stuff. And then that would go to, I'm just gonna drink a little bit on just on the weekends. You know what I mean? Not a lot, not like I used to. And then that would turn into more. And more is what I have. That is my disease. That's what I call my disease. I have the disease of more. And I found that as soon as I put anything inside my body that's mind altering, I lose the ability to make any rational decision.
No.
Any rational decision. Kick in a door, steal somebody's TV off their wall while they're not home. I don't want to do that shit. I really don't want to do that stuff. But something tells me to do it. I think it's my idea. And I do it, thinking that it's my idea, and not, I'm a criminal. But really, the truth about it is, this thing told me what to do, and I said, "Sir, yes, sir, whatever you need me to do." I I talk about this a lot. The last house I ever broke into, I did it like breathing, like it was nothing, like I'm breathing air, blinking. It was like nothing. I knew I had 15 minutes. The alarm would go. I knew I had at least 15 minutes before anything was dispatched. At least another 10 before they got there. That's almost 25 minutes.
You're almost like the guys from the Italian Job without all the fanciness and
Yeah, there's no fanciness. I didn't leave it clean. You know what I mean? So, but the very first time I broke in a house, I didn't want to do that. I was shitting my pants. I was nervous. I was dropping everything. I'm like trying to wrap things up. And the dude who was training me was like, "Come on, dude, come on." I'm like, "Oh my God, we're going to get caught. We're going to get caught." And, I didn't want to do that, man. I did not want to do that. But we did it to get money to drink and to drug. You know what I mean? And I just look back into my history, man, and it showed me that years before I even realized it, like it says in our literature, that I was out of control. I didn't even know it, that this thing is calling all the shots, and I'm doing everything it's telling me to do against my better judgment. Steal from my mom? Come on. This poor lady, man, I never stopped.
Isn't it crazy? You always hit your family first.
Oh, they're
Hit the
easy
people,
targets.
because they're not going to call the cops on you.
Of course not. Not
So you
right away.
No, not in the beginning.
Yeah, not in the
But
beginning.
you break your cherry on your family because
Yeah.
the people that love you the most, and then you go out into the world.
always hurt the ones closest to us. Yeah.
And it was that night when I realized that, and again, if you heard the story in the first episode, or the second, I'm not really, it wasn't even in me that day. Like there was no substance inside of me, and I was losing my mind over trying to get it and willing to do anything it took to get it. And I realized that for the first time in my life that I'm powerless. I don't have the ability to say, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to steal from that person. No, I'm not going to steal from this lady. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Then coming into recovery, for me, once I put down the drinking and the drugging, it wasn't about the drinking and the drugging anymore because it's gone now. What's the problem now? Why do I end up keep going back out? Why do I keep going back out? Why do I still have these actions? Why am I still stealing? And I started to realize that I have a lot more powerless other than drugs and alcohol. Yeah, I'm powerless over people, places, things, situations. I'm pretty much powerless over everything outside of me. And the only thing that I have power over is my attitudes and actions towards all that stuff. When I realized that, my life started changing like dramatically and quick because I knew that I don't have control over everything. Number one, what a load off your shoulders.
Yeah.
What a load off your shoulders when you finally realize I don't have control over any of this. And we were just talking about when I was in rehab and I had a court date, right? And they said, tough, and I'm like, but, and I'm going to have a warrant. They were like, take care of it when you get out of here. You ain't leaving here till we say, or you leave. And if you leave, you ain't coming back. Right. And I'm like, oh my God. I was pretty powerless over that, man. It was either leave, have nowhere to go, make it to court, and then have nowhere to live, or stay and deal with that after. And I decided to stay. I decided, well, I'm powerless over this situation right now.
Isn't it crazy though? We only worry about doing the right thing. like, oh, I gotta go to court.
I gotta go
if
to
you
court.
were in the street, I wouldn't give a fuck about no court
Fuck
date.
that light bill.
Yeah, you know, all of a sudden I'm in rehab and I gotta make sure I'm doing shit.
Be a good boy.
Fuck out of here.
And when I got out of rehab, the mountain that I built still was a molehill when I finally got to that situation. I walked into the court. I told them who I was. I told them why I didn't show up. What was I doing? And they were like, don't worry about it. We'll just reschedule it for the following week. And I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
They didn't lock me up. Like, wow, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
But I'm powerless, man. Like, I don't have power. Like, I'm not God. I'm not I don't have power over anything except for my attitudes and actions. And my attitudes and actions are about winning today. Just like we talked about last week, man. It's about winning, man. It's about being the victor instead of the victim. I'm not letting this thing beat me mentally anymore. I just won't do that no more. So I have to keep a winning attitude in action on a 24-hour basis. I have to do that.
And I just want to, you made a good point right there with the load off your shoulders that it is, right? Because I think that kind of, for me, started to transition my perspective on the world. Like all those things that I was getting so upset about, all those things I was fretting over, it turned out to be nothing in the end. And
Boogeyman.
Yeah. And I remember when I got sober, you know, I was part of the reason, other than being an alcoholic, that my last drink was so phenomenal was because, you know, I had a case of the fuckets. I had a probation appointment coming up. I knew I was going to be dirty, and I was like, you know what, this is it, you know. And I remember worrying about that when I was in detox, and then I got out of detox, and I was talking to my sponsor, and I was like, dude, I'm freaking out. You know, I'm out. I talked to him once, maybe, or my case manager sent an email, and I had the worst scenario picked out. Then I'm gonna feel like shit getting out of detox, and then I'm gonna get arrested. I'm gonna go to jail for violation for another, you know, and spend like the first month of, you know. And my sponsor at the time said something pretty profound to me, and he was like, whatever is gonna happen has already been decided.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you know. Like, so you can either continue to make yourself sicker feeling this worried about it, or you can just go on, be present, be in the moment, and deal with it when it comes up. Because I think I had a week space between getting out of detox and then my next probation appointment, and it was, you know, the repercussions were difficult, but they weren't jail, and they weren't
Nothing you couldn't handle.
nothing I couldn't handle, man. And I would remember the relief I felt from that, you know. So yeah, I could definitely relate to that.
What's it, an acronym when you take the letters of a word that makes like the
Yeah,
that's right,
acronym. Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
fear, right? Future events appearing real. I already have the scenario played out, so therefore,
To the end.
oh yeah, true.
To the end.
So I stay stuck in my sickness
man.
that way, and I make it worse. And then it's almost like that's guaranteeing me to go look for the back door.
Absolutely.
Because now look at all this shit I got going on.
Overwhelmed.
None of it is going to be proven because you know why? I'm going to hit the back door and I'm going to go make it worse for real.
Yeah.
I'm going to do more stuff
Yeah.
to make the shit that I didn't even get to yet.
Worse.
Let's go ahead and compound it.
Yeah.
You know?
Not to interrupt, but
Feel
we're
free.
going to say that a lot in there tonight. I was talking to a cat last night at one of our 12-step meetings, and he was telling me what was going to...
Cats go to meetings?
Cats. Yeah, sometimes they do, buddy.
They do. Johnny.
Johnny.
He was
Cats.
telling me what was going to happen in the next month. He was going to lose his house.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wasn't going to be able to find a job. He's got probation, blah, blah, blah. Going on and on and on and on. And I literally looked at him and was like, where are you right now?
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? And again, man, I don't judge, dude, because I am the same person.
Yeah.
The only difference is I've done some work on myself.
Yeah.
And I've been around a little while now. And I don't worry about things that are not here and probably will never happen. You know what I mean? And, you know, people come in and they seem to think that now I'm here now, so everything should go okay.
Just like that.
You know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is, it is going to go okay. It's just not going to be the way you want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel that a lot of people fail to realize that I'm staying sober. Whether things are going my way or not, I'm going to have to be an adult about these things
That's right.
and just take them as they
The
come.
wreckage of my past, I got to do what I got to do to
I got to
clear
do what
it
I
up.
got to do. And I'm not going to like a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the license thing.
Yeah.
When I went to go get my license, I thought I was just gonna go get my license back.
Never.
I'm an adult, I'm gonna give you some money. You're gonna.
Right.
They're like, no, you gotta
No.
do a lot of things and give us a lot of money. And I'm like, what do you mean? I went through all that, and I was like, you know what? Is what it is. Consequence of my actions. I'm not gonna be like this judge and this and that. I'm not gonna do that no more. I'm powerless over the situation, but I'm not powerless over my attitude and action towards this. So my attitude and actions was, what do I do? How do I get this? How do we get the solution here? And then do that.
Right.
Ended up with a permit. I'm like 40 years old. I have a learner's permit. You know
I've
what I
been
mean?
there.
I can't drive after midnight.
Been there.
I can't drive alone.
Been
you know
there.
the deal, right? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, you know what? It will come to a day where I'll be in my own. If I stick around and do what I'm supposed to do, there'll come a day where I'm in my own car by myself with registration, insurance in my name. And if that don't come, that's okay too.
Yeah.
That's okay too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you kind of mentioned something about the future tripping, like always panicking, of what's going to happen within the next month. And I remember this is why I just looked this up. I remember hearing about this somewhere. And this is a crazy statistic. This guy from the university, or this doctor from I don't know if it's a guy or girl, University of Navarra, stated that 90% of the things that we worry about actually never happen.
Never. They don't even exist.
90%. So 9 out of the 10 things that you're worrying about
Nothing.
aren't gonna fucking happen. Just not gonna happen.
Wasted time and energy.
Completely. And that's how that burden.
Angelo,
That is how that
worry is a
lifted.
useless emotion.
Yeah.
It does nothing for me.
It is, and when we recognize that, it gives us the ability to put that energy somewhere else.
Absolutely.
I'm a big statistics guy, so I'm just gonna drop another
I
statistic.
love
on you
statistics,
guys,
dude.
Real quick.
I like saying it. Go ahead.
Yeah, there we go. So here's a crazy fact, right? Our brain,
That thing.
the problem in between our ears, weighs about around 2% of our full body mass, right? 2%. However, if you take if our body's like a battery of energy, right, and our full body's 100%, 20% of that energy goes to your head, goes to your brain to make that 2% of your body work, right?
That's a lot.
So that is a tremendous amount of your bodily energy that's going to your brain, and think about if your brain's always stuck in the past, worrying about shit, or future tripping about what the fuck's going to happen. That's a lot of wasted energy. That is literally.
Imagine if you took all that and put it on the moment,
Oh my gosh.
the
Right?
success you could have in that moment.
That brings us back to that shit last week I was talking about with the power.
Yeah.
You have your power,
Yeah.
and you give it away to all these useless situations, and then there's none left for you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
None. None.
I remember I came home from prison, right? I was home like a heartbeat, maybe 3 weeks. I got calls from the credit cards from when I had my shop. I went away, I owed all this money. I had the nerve to be mad about it. God damn, man, they can't even let me fucking relax. I just got home. They're looking for money.
Yeah.
Those
But you know what I did, man? I laughed at myself and I started paying it.
I'm not gonna pay that shit.
I don't know, man. No, man. No, man.
I don't know that no more.
But you know what? It's like, if there's the mountain,
Yeah.
I pay it and it's gone. That's it.
I used to love when guys shared about the federal taxes, all the taxes they owed, and like being here one day because I was an In-N-Out guy, and Rocky, not Rocky, but Rock, the other dude.
I
used to-
remember.
okay,
Yeah.
he owed like 50 grand, right? And he stuck around. I would go back out. I would come back in. He's still here. I'd go back out. Every time I would come back, he'd be like, yeah, I'm down to 40 grand. Yeah, I'm down to 30 grand. Yeah. I'm down. Well, this sobriety, I come in and he's in a meeting, goes, I've just made my final payment to the federal. And I'm like, holy shit, I've wasted a lot of time. I mean, congratulations, bro. Good for
That's
you.
awesome.
He's like, well, that's what happens when we're here. That's what we
Yeah,
do, dude.
yeah.
We take care of that stuff, We don't. Again, the cat that I was talking to last night, I was telling him, we come in here with all this stuff, and it's so overwhelming, and we can't handle it, and we don't take any of the suggestions, we don't take the help, we don't do what we're told, and then we go back out. And when we come back in with the same stuff we left with, and then more.
With the extra.
And then more. So yeah, it's going to be harder every time. That's what they say. That it's harder and harder to keep coming back here, man. And it is hard to keep coming back with more stuff.
I think about Joe all the time when I think about this type of stuff. Whenever someone's going through something, you always say, you know, man, hope it works out for you.
Yeah.
But what you really should say is that I hope it works out for you in a way that you're happy with the outcome.
Right.
Because everything works out.
All the time.
We just don't always like the end result. That doesn't mean that it didn't work out. It worked out. I just ain't happy with what I
didn't
got.
like the beginning and result of where I am right now.
Right.
And I'm here.
Right.
And I have a life beyond my wildest dreams.
Exactly.
But it didn't like it in the beginning. I
No.
didn't like how it was going. But thank God I just kept doing it.
That's right.
Thank God, man. Thank God I didn't say, I'll handle it again.
Yeah.
I'm just
Like
going to
so
hire
many
myself to be the manager again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I remember,
Powerless, man.
you know, Sean. Remember? I think he ran into I don't know, remember who it was that told him. He said, he said, you could take your life and crumble it up and throw it into a crowd of people.
Yeah.
Any one of those
single
people
one.
will run your life better than you have.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
That's what my counselors used to say to me. The last one.
That
Like,
is.
why don't you just let them run it for a little
Yeah.
while? You're doing a horrible job.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
You're doing a horrible job, man.
But in this powerless, I think, you know, part of this conversation and is that it transcends into other parts of our life, right? We put down the drugs and the alcohol, and like, bro, at the end, I could tell, like, yeah, I took a drink, I took a hit, like, off to the races, whatever happens, and I was pretty much good with whatever happened, you know, like
Horrible.
as long as I was getting it. But then I get sober, and then I have to still be powerless over everything around me, and sometimes the hardest things around me are people. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm powerless over people. Like if you just fucking did this way, it'd be so much easier.
Yeah, we saw a little example of that with the
Yeah.
cameras earlier.
Yeah, nobody was listening to me. Everybody's trying to help me, and you know what? I do not well with help. Like, oh, I'll fucking figure this
Dude,
shit.
you're
And
not
look
alone,
at this,
bro.
Look at this fucking hanging up there. Great. Hopefully, it's still recording.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a lot easier to be okay with the powerlessness once you're walking with a higher power in your life.
Absolutely.
You know, you remember it was you last week or the week before said, God is everything or God is nothing.
Period.
So if I'm walking with him, if I say that I have this higher power in my life, and I don't care what you call it, everybody's got their own thing. I'm not here to put anything down anybody's throat, but I call him God. And once I was able to have God in my life, I was a lot less full of angst when it came to, because the ego doesn't let me be powerless, right? I'm powerful.
Yeah, you got to
I'm an idiot. I'm wasting my whole life and I'm ruining everything I fucking touch my hands to. But I want to still not be able to admit I'm powerless. And then, you know, once this program begins to kick in and things begin to change, you have to, one day you take stock and you say, man, I was fucked up for a long time. What a what a relief.
A relief.
breather. Yeah.
Even though the writing was on the wall in neon paint.
It was in the newspaper.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
It's documented.
It's documented.
You know,
It's in black and white.
and then one day you wake up and you're like, I made it.
What a sigh
I
of
fucking
relief,
made it.
man.
You know, and now I find myself when I'm in situations with other people that don't have what we have. They don't have this working in their lives.
Yet.
And and you see them get worked up. Last night was a great example. And you just sit back and you say, that's me.
That's me.
That
That's
was
me,
me
man.
100%.
All
Today,
day.
I don't have to do that anymore. And, you know, I was killing myself, wasting that power, giving that power away, wasting all that energy. And at the end of the day, guess what? All them situations are still there. I've done nothing.
Maybe even made him a little worse.
Throw a little gasoline. on.
I've certainly done nothing to make anything better. And I'm full of all this, I don't know what, rage, anger, uneasy,
Fear.
fear. And 1 second away, the one last little toothpick that's gonna snap, that's gonna let me go right out the door and use again.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna make everything better
Yeah.
for 1 minute.
And we talk about the promises also, the promises of the program. Like if you do these things will happen to you. I intuitively know the moment I'm not working a program because the promises start going away. Like now I'm fearful.
Yeah.
Now money's weird. Now people are weird. Now situations are baffling.
Their attitude and actions.
Yeah.
Those are a big tell.
Yeah.
Right there. Like when my attitude sucks,
I'm throwing phones.
throwing shit.
Yeah.
All
All right. Enough with the recording stuff. It's working now.
Towards the end of my dad's life, he lost his mind, you know what I mean? And everybody was the problem. And we made up a song one time. We said, Dad, when it's everybody else, it's you. You know what I mean? He like, blah, 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 blah. But it's the truth.
Yeah.
Did he
It's the
speak
truth.
Italian?
Yeah. Yeah.
So would he do the blah, blah, blah in Italian? Too?
Yeah. I don't speak Italian. I lost that a long time ago. They thought I was but I wasn't. Well, maybe they had a point. I don't know. But he was real broken English. But I could again, I can see me and my father. Without the drug issue,
Yeah.
I mean, he had anesthesia under the knife too long. He was older. It affected his mental health, and he lost his and just completely told that guy is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, my man was blaming guardrails, bro,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
car accidents.
Yeah.
And and I would be like, damn, that's me, man. Like everybody else, everything else is the problem. If it wasn't for, oh my God, man.
Wait, anesthesia can do that too?
When you're older, yeah, he was in his mid 70s, and they put him in too long.
Maybe we got to check on.
Listen, when he came out, dude, my father was calling everybody in his phone at 3:00. He was calling Italy, telling them he's kidnapped. The governor kidnapped him.
Damn it.
And he's in the governor's basement.
Son
Come
of
get me.
Come get him. Come get
He
him.
was telling me that. I'm like, Dad, listen, he was like, no, I'm not. I'm in the governor's basement. I'm like, well, I don't know where that is anyway. So
I can't help you.
Looks
can't
like
help
you're
you.
stuck.
well, I'll get you in the morning. He was calling everybody. I actually had to call the hospital, tell him to take his phone away from him, please. And he never came back from that.
Yeah,
never.
that's
He
sad.
just stayed a salty, grumpy old man. So anybody who met him after that, I'm like, you don't know the real guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You never met the guy was the salt of the earth, best dude ever.
Yeah.
Give his shirt off his back for you,
Yeah.
But
Unless you
That
locked
was a-
him in the governor's basement.
yeah.
Yeah, true. That'll irk anybody.
Oh, that fucking was crazy. But yeah, powerless, man. Powerless. Period. People, places, things, situations, drugs, alcohol, the outcome, the past.
But did I interrupt you?
You can.
I don't want to.
You've proved it.
Apparently.
John, you got any more of these?
Yeah, the one you freaking got me. You want that one?
Yeah, if you're not gonna drink it.
Well, I was.
Oh no, go ahead then.
He was
Do you need
not.
it?
No, drink it. I don't
It's
need
in
it.
my
Are you kidding
lineup
me?
here.
I need that like I need another hole in my head.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
You want to split it?
Sure. That's why I'm here. I can't say no.
I want to be rude.
Yeah.
Don't want to be rude.
This is too much red. This is too much energy drink for me. Until they start sponsoring us, I will not use
There
their
you
name.
go. You heard?
Yeah, you
But
heard.
one thing I always tend to share is that these things that we're talking about most of the time, we talk about the past tense leading up to getting into sobriety. But then, I always like to talk about, I can still bring all these character defects well on into my sobriety
Today.
and then forget that I'm powerless and I want to control the cameras and I want to control the lights and,
Three times the charm, right there.
it never gets old. But
And that's actually part of the big book story. The director wants to run the show. Yeah.
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 I'm glad I could provide a literal.
Appreciate
love
that.
it.
That's
I love
beautiful.
it.
Good job. You interrupted me though, so
Yeah.
I won't take offense.
Hopefully.
um,
I fucking love it.
but that's the real of it. Is I think that's why I always bring it back to the fellowship. Like I think about like we talk every day. There's not a day that goes by that we don't talk. And so no matter what's going on, I have people in my life that I can bounce stuff off of. I think that a lot of times I feel alone. especially in the beginning. I don't know how to talk to somebody, and that's like the so vital. The way that I always viewed it was like that negative self-talk that we talk about.
Yeah.
It's like poison, right? The poison is circulating in my brain. The only way that it leaves is if I open my mouth and I talk about it. But I'm so fearful. I'm afraid to tell you what's on my mind. You already think I'm fucked up. What if I tell you what I'm really thinking?
Yeah, you're really fucked
Now
up.
you're really going to know.
Yeah.
And then all the time, we're always like, yeah, man, yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
We understand that.
Look at this motherfucker.
What?
But man, it's so important to just, you gotta stay the course. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so easy to give up. And I understand that, I see these people go in and out and I feel for them. At the same time.
Because you know, though.
That's
you
right. I want to feel for them. At the same time, if they make it back, they're going to get dealt with. And that's not to disrespect anybody. It's not to degrade anybody. But it's a hopeful that, listen, enough is enough. Give yourself a fucking break, bro.
Yeah. Take a break. Take a break.
Take a break.
Take a fucking
But
break.
that's another part of the program too, is that like you had said this once, Matt, that I speak like this because I genuinely want everybody to succeed. I really
We're all
want you to
pulling for you,
win,
man.
right? And then it gets so frustrating because I care about these guys, and when you see the suffering, it's not like I can you can. I get this wrong, empathize or sympathize with them. I've been there, man. I've been in those boots and I know what you're feeling like right now.
Right.
And I promise, I literally will promise you this, that if you listen to us, you stick around and just take advice from somebody other than yourself, that it'll start to work out. And it'll be difficult. It'll be difficult in the beginning.
How could it not be?
It has
Exactly.
to be.
How could it
has
not
to
be?
I think you just interrupted him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sorry. It's all right. I'll,
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't have a funny quip for that. But
Don't do it now.
Yeah, I know. It has to be. It has to be difficult. And then that is a point of where the growth comes in, right? Like we go through this difficult time and we start to realize that people in the rooms are actually telling us the truth, that they actually have our best interest at heart. And that was so foreign to me, right? Because I had just disintegrated all my relationships. Everybody was keeping their distance except for this crazy one on the couch over here.
Crazy lady.
And they had all distance. And so when I came in and people were actually offering me help and offering me rides and offering me suggestions.
It's weird.
It is very weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Uncomfortable.
What's their agenda?
What is the agenda? What the hell, what do you want in return? Because I never knew anything in my life from an early age that I didn't, because of my low self-esteem, I had to feel like I provided some worth to you, like if it was drugs or alcohol or whatever.
Well, also everything came with a price tag.
Everything did, yeah.
And
Including friendships.
And to actually admit that I do need help is a ego crushing. It's crushing.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to sound that desperate.
Right.
No, thanks, man. No, I appreciate it, man.
Well, you said
And
about the
killing
tree.
myself inside.
When you were cutting the tree down.
Almost murdered my wife, man.
I'm good though. I got this. I got this.
I got this.
Till I don't.
Yeah.
Till I don't.
Till someone's dead.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god,
had it.
man.
I had it.
That was a big lesson for me, man. It really was, man. But I like what you both are saying, and I'm gonna put those both together.
Oh,
You were talking about the fellowship, right? How we talk every single day, and one of these suggestions when people come in and they're new is call me every single day.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone and call me every single day. Now that's something I ain't never done. I mean,
Right.
I call dealers every single day,
Hell yeah.
but I didn't talk to them about my feelings. But
Sure.
call me every single day, even if it's not for nothing,
Right.
even if it's to see how I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works, right? But the thing of it is, it's a suggestion that didn't come from you, that came from somebody who's been through this and is doing this, right? So you take that suggestion, and then you're not really realizing why you have to do this thing, but you start doing it, right? And then that day comes where some shit just hit the fan.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you pick up the phone and you're like, oh man,
Automatic.
if I didn't pick up the phone 50 times before that just to say, yeah, I'm having a good day and blah, 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 blah. And and then the next day do the same thing, that phone would have weighed 1,000 pounds when
Right.
that shit hit the fan. I wouldn't have been able to pick it up.
Yeah.
That is an amazing thing to connect with somebody every single day. It becomes a habit.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we say that. You know what I mean? And I'm brain farting how I was gonna bring.
Yeah, you
yours
were going to
into-
synchronize them both up.
I
But
was.
I'll give you some time here because
Do it.
this is the, picking up the phone and also my previous experience was the few people that I would call were the ones that would always bail me out. It would be like, I'd call mom, I'd call
Oh,
dad,
yeah.
for instantly shit hits the fan.
The enablers.
The problem is they don't understand like another alcoholic understands what the craziness
Right.
is. Because they want to give me the solution. No, I'm not even looking
They
for
want to
it.
rescue you.
Yeah. I don't even, that's my head's somewhere else. So, and I could see the light up in your eyes. So you remembered, merge it.
So you were talking about how like they would offer that help, and when it comes to that phone, yeah, if there's really nothing going on in your life and if your day is going good, tell me that.
Yeah.
But if you're having a little shitty thought here and there throughout your day, tell me that too, man. Because our thoughts manifest. Man,
right.
You know what I mean? So it's that ego thing. When somebody says, dude, if you're going through a hard time, let me know, dude. Now is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Not after you screw and burn everything down and then you want to call, I messed up, bro. Yeah. But like if you get in front of that,
Yeah.
and that's called the solution. That's called doing something different. That's called getting out of your comfort zone. That's called I need help.
Yeah. Reaching out.
Man, dude, my God, it's so simple that it can't possibly work.
Oh, but you said that the other night. It's almost too simple.
Yeah. I need it to be grandiose. You don't know who I think I am, bro. You can't give me these little simple bullshit answers that's gonna fix my life.
Yeah,
I'm a complicated motherfucker, right?
Complicated.
And then one day I was blessed with the simplicity of my life. I wake up every day, or I come to.
Yeah.
I go boost something.
Yeah.
And I go get drunk and I get high.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Nah, not so complicated.
No.
No. In fact, nothing was complicated about me whatsoever except the disease in my brain.
We ain't wired right, man.
No. And getting back to the phone thing, it wouldn't even matter that the phone would become 1,000 pounds. If I didn't know to call every day, the phone would not be a thought.
It wouldn't register. I'm going to handle it.
Yeah.
I'll tell them about it later at the meeting.
I'll fix it. I'm going to fix it,
Yeah.
and I'm going to let them know how I fixed it.
Yeah.
And it's just not the way it goes, man.
And everybody, we say it all the time. A lot of people say it. This is the easiest, hardest thing I'll ever do.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It is easy, but I'm the one who makes it hard.
Right.
I try to fight every step of the way. I'm a fighter, man. I
Pain
don't
is
give
in-
up.
Pain is in the resistance.
And the resistance, man. And powerless, man.
You know what I don't hear a lot of in Connecticut so much as I did in New York was the 5 simple things to do on a daily basis.
I'm a big driver of that.
He
Bro,
said that
why
all
don't
the
you
time.
try? He does not say
No,
that. all the
I
time.
haven't said it in a long time.
used to.
I used to.
Well, we got to start
Wanna know
bringing it
why?
back.
Because I got sober in Stanford and we used to go to New York meetings.
That's right, baby.
How crazy is
Never,
that?
you
Okay,
never
there's
hear
that.
that.
5
this way.
things, man.
Yeah, well, so the 5 things.
Give it to him.
Our buddy talked about it on Wednesday.
Who?
Guy sat next to me on the right.
Oh, our buddy?
Big boy.
Like our in charge buddy?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. You wake up in the morning. 5 things. You wake up in the
Yeah.
buddy.
You wake up in the morning. You connect with your higher power, even if you don't believe in one. Talk to something you don't believe in, and say thank you to it. Ask for help. Ask for some power. Pick up the phone. Call your sponsor. Call somebody. See how their day's going. Talk about how your day's going and what you're going through. Read some literature. Read literature. You'll find that these books are about you.
Yeah. They make a lot of sense.
It's amazing. They were written by psychics. Go to a 12-step meeting every single day if you can.
Yeah.
If you can. Let's be honest. I mean, at our bottoms, we didn't really have much going on. I was able to make a meeting every single day. I was unemployable. Nobody wanted me around. I had nothing else better to do. I actually went to 2 a day.
Yeah.
I went to 1 every day for the first 2 years of my sobriety.
Me too.
For the first 2 years of my sobriety, I was at a meeting every single day. The only time I took a day off was the day after my mom passed. That was it. And my sponsor had to tell me, Joe, it's okay if you take one day off. You know what I mean? It's all right. I'm like, are you sure,
Yeah, we
dude?
don't know what's gonna happen.
It was okay, but I had to build that foundation, you know?
Yeah.
And then the fifth thing is thank your HP at the end of the night that, you know, because the only reason why I'm still here today, the only reason why I get to walk, talk, smell, see, all of that is a direct result of the grace.
Yeah.
Because I'm not supposed to be here right now. Statistically, I'm supposed to be dead. I'm not supposed to be here. So why am I here? Is it something that I did? Come on, man.
We documented all the things we did already.
They got receipts out there, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, those are the 5 things, man.
The fourth one about hitting a 12-step, you know, is like our lives become bountiful and things are going on. So what I try to interchange with that in my life, and you know, I don't know if this is me trying to run the show, but it's interchanging that with be of service. You know, do something of service for that day. Like if I can't make a meeting, then I better be doing something.
You better be doing 4 out of those 5.
And on top of those 5, add service in there, right? So like if I'm not hitting a meeting at that day, then I better be doing, and it's something nice for somebody else or something helpful to somebody else. And especially not looking for recognition. Like, yo, I fucking, guess what I did?
And it's not that hard to do.
It's not. Opportunities present themselves all over the place.
Every second.
I remember, so here's a little side piece. I remember when I had first gotten sober, I was coming out of me and my sponsor had to go in to get something in CVS, and I was walking out with something, and I realized I was out the door and they hadn't charged me for something. It was, you know, CVS. Whatever, they'll get over that.
Got him.
And my sponsor was like, no, we got to go back in.
That's not how we live no more.
I was like, but I don't, like, why? It's a big corporate. Who gives a fuck, you know? He's like, no, the point is you're a sober man now. You have to live like a sober man, right? So it's honesty, integrity, all that stuff, regardless of who it is or what it is. You got to go back in there and we got to pay for it.
You know, if we don't live like that, it's coming back, man, tenfold anyway.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. And I'm going to share a little story with you about a couple of weeks ago. I was at one of our gas stations in Waterbury, right next to your shop. I give the cat $50. I said, I need a pack of Marble Lights because, yeah, I'm a smoker. Okay. Pack of Marble Lights. And Linda was behind me. So I said, and I'll buy her coffees, right? And put the rest on pump 4, whatever pump it was. So I go out there, I start pumping, and Lynn's like, yeah, I'll see you at that. I'll be there in a little while. And I looked at the pump, and it's $40. And it's 41, and it's 42. I'm like, what the? I'm like, oh my God.
Free gas.
He put $50 in, and I got this pack of cigarettes and a coffee. So, you know, intuitively know how to handle situations with your bathroom. Let me tell you, man, 10 years ago,
Get in the
I'd
car.
have been like, no, I would have thought about it. I would have be like, I should,
But I ain't.
So there wasn't even a second breath. I'm like, I gotta go handle this, right? And I'm not trying to say this to toot my own horn. It's just the way you're supposed to live.
That's right. Doing the right thing.
So there was a guy behind me. He was like, "Wow, you," and even the lady in the behind the register, she's like, "I can't believe you." Dude, it took me 10 minutes. Nobody understood what I was trying to do because, you know, this is how our society has grown, man. Like, I got him, and it's Cumberland Farm. I got him, and I don't care who about them as much as I care about how I'm living, you know?
Yeah.
So the guy, he was like, hey, you're really going to pay? I'm like, yeah, man. I had to take my phone out, do the calculator, because nobody understood what I was going. I'm like, I owe you like 16. So the guy behind me saw me. I'm like, listen, man, I leave, right? Let's say I leave. I'm telling you right now, I'm paying this back tenfold if I don't make this right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out of here. Somebody's going to smash into my car. I'm going to get a flat tire, write it down right to the road. Something, somehow, I'm paying that $16 times 10 if I don't do this the right way. Yeah. You know what I mean? And shame on me. Like, how could I do that in front of my higher power? Yeah, after all he's given me, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we got to live right, man. Yeah, it's time to grow up, bro. It's time to grow up.
Gotta live right.
Man up.
Oh, we're getting this.
How we living?
How we living? It's a TikTok. We ran through the powerlessness. What time did we start? 8?
No. Did we really? Wow. All right, guys. So,
What time?
8:41.
8:41.
Powerless. People, places, things, situations, drugs, and alcohol. The only thing I have power over is my attitudes and actions.
And you know what? if you ain't on the beam, you don't even have
You
power
don't
over
even
that.
have that.
Yeah.
You will find that, oh my God, that was just me acting like that?
Yeah.
Throwing shit?
Yeah.
That's for
Jesus. I didn't throw anything.
No,
It
you
fell.
didn't. No, you
it
didn't.
fell. I'm not a crazy person.
fell with a little help.
Little help.
A little help, it fell. But what fucking you just messed me up. What the hell?
The
was I
train
gonna
left
think?
the station.
The
You were
train.
not.
I have derailed. There was the thought of we have the ability to do the right thing now. That one of the things I was also told is we're not responsible for our first thought. We're responsible for the action that follows. You know, which was really relieving to me because after I did a 4-step with a sponsor and a 5th step, and he knew how fucking crazy I was, or so I thought. You know, it was relieving to say, like, you know, because I get cut off. The instant thought is like, I'm going to find where your family lives too and
Burn it down.
Yeah, it's all done. And now, yeah, I could still have that. I just got to redirect it and practice over time. The thoughts change and the behaviors. It's really important that my action follows a program of recovery. You know,
Absolutely.
and it's not perfect, man. I'm a savage
We're-
sometimes.
We're actually human beings.
yeah,
It's amazing to find that out
we are
sometimes.
human beings.
I am not an animal. I am a human being. Anyways, guys. So again, love us. Like, subscribe, share. I think John's gonna give it to you one more time.
One more time, Instagram,
more time again.
Subs Podcast 1, YouTube at Subs Podcast, TikTok Subs Podcast 1. Again, I didn't mention this in the beginning. We are on all the streaming platforms such as Spotify, iTunes, or Apple Podcasts. Amazon has their own podcasting. We're on that. And I think that's it. Somebody was asking me about Pandora, actually. I didn't even know that was still a thing, but
Yeah. It's actually an option on Pandora. I've seen it the other day. It said podcast at the top.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'll have to look into that and get our feed
Seen
into
that
there.
shit.
And then again, our lovely email. Send us some emails.
Comments.
Subspodcast1 at gmail.com. Subspodcast1 at
And we do appreciate the comments that have come in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%,
absolutely.
man. 100%.
And if you need help, man, if you feel like it's time and you don't know where to reach out, we got a guy. Hit us up.
You're never alone.
Never alone, man. Never alone. And I don't want you guys thinking that we forgot about the one time, bro. That's coming. It's
yeah,
coming right now.
the one time. Hey, who is the guy that we got, though?
Don't worry about
What
that.
guy? A lot of guys.
We got a lot of guys.
Don't you worry.
I don't know
lot
if you're
of
talking about me. You know, my ego got a
If
hold of
nothing
me
else,
there.
we'll have you throw a rock through a jewelry store window. We'll get you to help somewhere or another.
Oh, you just gave me another good one time. Fuck.
I had to get a tooth pulled one time. I was like, fuck it, this rock will do. Bang! I'm like, yeah, it hurts right here.
Oh, they do that in jail?
Yeah, it takes a little while, but you get there. You get there.
You have to do enough time to get dental.
Oh God, that's gotta be desperation right there. Throw a rock.
I've had worse
If you're
dental work
doing-
done on the outside, bro.
I believe it.
But anyway, so this week's One Time Bro is sponsored by Matt.
One time, bro.
This
So what
is,
do you got, man?
This is a real fucked up one.
One Time Bro.
I mean, I'm probably shocked at myself that I'm going to put this out on the interwebs.
Am I gonna have to edit some stuff in here? I don't think there's.
I don't think so.
I think you should be not allowed to edit any One Time Bro.
Yeah, one time bros are raw. All right. Whatever.
Yeah, well, I did the bid for this already.
He
Time
paid.
paid.
He paid.
Time
Throw
served.
that right out there.
He paid for it.
So this one time, it all started out. We drove by this liquor store, and it looked like an easy enough liquor store to hit. I said, "So pull in there," and we pull in, and I walk in, and I say to the guy, "You guys take nickel refunds here?"
Mm.
He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, I'll be right back." I walked outside. I said, "Pull the car up front." I walk back in. I fucking grab the register. I run out the door. I get in the car. We take off. Now, let me tell you an important piece of that information. It was 9 o'clock
In the morning or at night?
a.m.
Oh, nice.
Fucking $60.
Empty drawer.
60. Yeah, because I'm that fucking guy. So I got this hot 60.
He's probably laughing at you. He's like, these fucking idiots.
But the register was worth more than what was in
What
it.
was in it? And I just laughed picturing you running.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't know.
Book it.
A lot of running in this kid. So, just as luck would have it, a couple 100 yards down the road, there's a construction site with a fine Connecticut State Trooper there. So the call comes in about the robbery. This guy gets on his wheels, and we're at the end of a road. You could go left or right. He picked the right one. He got up on us in a minute. Wow. So me and my best thinking, and somehow a movie must have been playing in the back of my head. I said, I'm going to throw this register out the window at the car.
Hell yeah.
Because it's going to make him not follow us no more.
Just like the movies.
Yeah, it's going to blow up.
He did boop, boop, and that was it. So we're flying, and we are on it, and the next thing you know, there's multiple cars involved. and I do, I can't say it enough when I tell these stories. I think when we all tell these stories, yeah, we laugh, man, but I'm very grateful that I will say now at the beginning of the story that nobody was hurt. No one was injured.
Right.
And the sad thing is, there could have been a ton of people hurt with what I chose to do. And that's the horrible, sad part of the story.
I can't say the same about the dick on the face story because people got hurt after that. People got the shit kicked out of them. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
continue.
You want to keep bringing that story up?
Yeah.
So we're driving multiple cars, and the driver was on it. We come up on this road. We get off the highway. I don't know where the fuck we're at. And they actually used a truck to block the road. So we couldn't go no further. Well, wouldn't you know it, there's a little fucking shoot off to the right. I was like, hit it. We go. We're coming up into another street in a neighborhood, and there's a fucking dead end.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, no, I'm ahead of myself.
Oh, you did it.
Oh, I got to backtrack. I forgot the whole big thing.
Backing up.
So where we get off, where's that? We were, I don't know where the fuck we were. It don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We pull into a parking lot. There's no exit. We're enclosed
One way
behind
in, one way out.
One in, one out. We fucking turned the car around. By the time we turned the car around, there's 2 or 3 troopers in the fucking thing. I had a knife in the car. I used to be a meat cutter.
Yeah.
I happen to have a set of knives in the car.
Little machete.
So I pull out a fucking steak knife, a fucking 14-inch blade.
Nice.
I said, listen, start screaming.
Because there's somebody in the car with you.
Yeah, there's a driver.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to put this fucking knife in your neck. You better start screaming like bloody fucking murder. So I get the headlock. I said, you motherfuckers better back up. I'm going to kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
They got the guns out.
I fucking love it.
These fucking guys, they don't know what to do.
Right.
So they start stuttering. You can tell they're stuttering. I said, start fucking driving. I'm trying to mutter under my breath, drive the fucking car. So he starts edging up. And next, they move out of the way.
Wow. Yeah, they got him.
We got the fuck out of there.
You got a hostage, bro.
Hostage situation.
Yeah. Call the SWAT.
This fucking dummy. Then now we get to the point where they block the road off.
Yeah.
I said, hit the fucking, you can see from where the woods are. It's about 100 yards to another neighborhood.
Through the woods, through the
Through
dead
the
end.
woods.
Okay.
I said, hit them
Hit
fucking
it.
woods.
It's freedom right there.
We got about 20 feet in. We ripped the gas tank off. They fucking they got me out of that car, bro. They beat the fucking shit out of me. And I had long hair back then. This guy had his fucking mitt all up in my, and he was doing this. Bing, bang, bing. Both sides of my head was so fucked up. I couldn't sleep on the side of my head for 3 weeks.
In
And,
prison.
So yeah, that was that one time.
Damn, bro.
And she got away, right? They thought she was a fucking
Yeah.
hostage.
so she did it good. She did good.
Well, the one thing that I was saying, and you know,
Yeah, you weren't
I
that
do
piece of
take
shit.
I do take pride in that.
That's
It's
right.
as much of a piece of shit as I was, and a piece of shit, worthless criminal. Any type of shit I did, I made sure that I did all my crimes and nobody else would take
That's
blame.
right, man.
I
That's
took
right.
all the weight, and that's the way it should be. And I was always stand up for the way that I operated. That's the only good thing I can say about
Well,
myself.
it wasn't her idea.
Yeah.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
but you know, man,
Oh.
when like I'm very grateful that when people meet me today and they get a glimpse of who I was, they're like, I don't see that in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing.
That feels amazing.
To be able to hear that, to say, that don't, you know, the guy that I'm looking at, the way that I can present myself today,
Right.
I don't see that in you.
Right.
And that is a gift. That's the true gift of this thing, is that not only was I allowed to come up out of that wreckage of my past, but turn it into a life that has distanced me from that guy.
And
Yeah.
people want that life. Now.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think about the long timers. I don't call them old timers. I call them long timers. Our sponsor, Dennis. You know, guys like that. When they share their story, I used to be like, fuck out of here. Drove a car into the Long Island Sound and running from cops. No way, not you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sobriety changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the way we look.
Yeah.
I mean, not so
Well, I
much.
can't help my
well.
look. You know.
But yeah, like, you know, I used to look at Dennis, so I'm like, he's lying. There's no way he did all that shit. But now I know today, even our sponsor,
Yeah.
trying to flip a car, high on cocaine. I'm like,
Really?
no way, dude. No way, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We got a buddy of ours that used to be my grand sponsor down in Florida, and he grew up in, you know, a lot of his running and gunning was in Queens, and he tells this story, you know, because he's Irish, he grew up in an Irish neighborhood, all the cops he knew, you know, but one day he said he got arrested, Big Mike, he got arrested by the same cop 3 times in one day.
Oh, man. I thought I had the record, man.
He just kept going back to the spot, and the guys were like, no. Leave. Don't come back here today. We will be here when you get there.
That was actually going to be my next one time, bro.
Oh, really?
I got arrested twice in the same day by the same cop.
That's wonderful.
Same on that shift. I couldn't make it past the cop shift.
Really? You again?
Yeah. He was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I was like, what can I say? What do you got? Here you go.
You got me.
There you go.
There you
There
go.
you go. There you go.
What are you still doing here?
This guy.
So anyway, guys, episode 6, man.
Episode 6 in the books. What are
Love
we
it.
looking at going forward? So we're episode 6. Do we want to have interview next week? Are we going to do a little
I
guest
think we have
appearance?
to skip next week because we're gonna.
No, we're doing Tuesday.
I know that, but that we gotta. I say we do the visitor the week after.
Yes, yes. So I'll be
love it.
I'll be in Chi-Town on Friday, but we will still have an episode next week, so nothing's gonna blip. We're
You
gonna
guys
do it.
won't even notice.
Yeah, won't
No.
even notice. It'll be like we're in your basement on a Friday night all over again.
Yeah, man.
Except on Saturdays.
Yeah, that's when I'll put it. And that's the other thing we could talk about too is the live session. If we want to do a brief live section where we get, you know, some of your viewers on, we set it up a time in advance. Maybe we do 20 minutes, something like that, you know, answer some questions, talk to some people on the old interwebs.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, man. So yeah. Well, guys, thank you again. Like, subscribe, share.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, thank you very much.
I want to just say,
Sorry to interrupt.
gotta give gotta give Dino a shout out because he does a great job opening and closing the shows.
Yeah, running
Thank
the
you.
joint.
I couldn't do it
Jonathan-
without you.
Jonathan does all the work on that trusty little laptop of his.
Yeah,
Trusty Mac.
I don't do shit.
Yeah.
you show up, man.
I just show up.
You show up.
I would say I'm just a pretty face move.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for comments. Love, like, share, subscribe. Guys, thank you very much again. And thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
This is for Jonathan's mom.
Yeah, Patty. This one's for you, Patty.
Patty?
Yeah, Patty.
Beautiful.
You're a friend and a confidant.